Hey, what's going on, guys? Today we're going to do an oil change on the old Road Glide. It is the 2016 Road Glide Special, so it should apply to most of your touring models. It might be a little off here and there, so we won't go too much into the specifics like the fluid amounts, torque values, stuff like that. But you can look all that up in your manual. If you don't have a manual, you can go on to Harley Davidson, punch in your VIN number, and you can pull it all up digitally right there. Here's some of the stuff you're going to need. If you're going to do all three holes, transmission fluid, and then primary, and then 4 quarts of oil. I like Redline. I've used it before in the past. You can use whatever oil you want. Everyone has their preference of what they like. Another good thing to have is the gasket or the O-ring set specific for your bike. First thing you're going to want to do is warm up your bike. Alright, so first we're going to drain our oil here. Go ahead and get our oil pan ready. There she's draining out. Now while that's draining, we can also inspect our plug, our drain plug, and change out the O-ring. Alright, so next is your oil filter. Alright. Right now it's going to go straight onto the nice new lower fairings I got, so we don't want to do that. There we go. Try to turn it that way. Breaker bar or something. I'm wondering. I'm gonna get this out of here before it makes a huge mess. Looks like we're gonna take some new oil and put it around the seal. You want to do that with all your O-rings on your drain plugs and on your oil filter and your gasket. Okay. I'll double check, but with the manual, but you're only supposed to go like maybe half or 3/4 of a turn once the seal touches. So it's supposed to be pretty much hand tight. Alright, so like I said, go ahead and put your drain plug back in for your engine oil. And then like I said, go ahead and look at your manual for your torque values. Definitely don't want to over torque anything. And then the one over here that I showed you is the transmission drain plug. So let's go ahead and do this one now. This one is the same size, so a nice deep well will work good for you. Oh, there she goes. I know you can't see nothing. Go ahead and let that drain out. Plug and then dropping it into your socket and then doing it that way. It's really hard to get up in there. Alright, that's good enough. Let's go ahead and get it up in there. So go up through the hole here. We'll go ahead and do ours by our fingers because ours is dropping too far into our socket there. Alright, hopefully I'm not in your way here. Whoop. Let's try to start it by hand here. There we go. Now we'll use our socket. Ugh. Slimy. Wrong way. Go ahead and tighten it down and then torque it. Okay. And then another color. All And once it's done draining, just like I said, just install a new packing on here, new O-ring, and reinstall and torque it. Okay, we're still draining a little bit, but I'm going to go ahead and take off the cover now, because that's how we're going to have to fill it anyway. So it's probably a pretty good idea to keep track of where they go. A lot of times you have a longer one or something, so just kind of lay it out how it came out. And when we put these in, we're going to put them in a little different. We're going to use kind of a star pattern. Put this top one in here real quick. All right. And I'll show you that when we put it back on here. All right. And then here's the inside. So you got to take this gasket out here and swap it out. I might have to grab a scribe or something to get it out. But yep, let's go ahead and swap that gasket out. All right, at this point it's mostly drained out. I'm gonna go ahead and put my plug back in. And like I said, you don't need this. You could use a really skinny funnel, but if you're gonna be doing oil changes a lot, then it just helps. You just drop it in like that, and then make sure you have a primary oil for here. You don't want to go too fast. Make sure you don't pour it all over your concrete, because you pretty much need this whole quart, and you actually need a little bit extra. And with it level, you should be able to see the oil right here. It should just be just about ready to come out. Alright, so get your screws and line up your top there. Don't smoke it down, but just get it started. And then go ahead and do bottom here, I believe is 2. Your second one you want to do, I want to say it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think, but let's double check here. And like I said, I'm just barely getting them to where it's touch, and then, all right. So now we'll go ahead and start doing some turns on it. So do a nice turn on there, do a nice turn on there, turn on there, turn on there. All right, now okay. All right, well now at this point, all we got to do is just fill up our oil and our transmission. So we're almost done. Now this one, the engine oil, I believe is 4 quarts. You know, normally you want to put in 3 and then check it along the way. Alright, so put the funnel in there like so. And like I said, we'll put 3 quarts in and then we'll check it. Keep adding until we're good. Alright, well we put 3 quarts in there in our engine oil for now, and then we're going to go ahead and fill up the transmission so we can start the bike and let it warm up and check the oil. So, but this one, it just has an F and an A on here, and it's there's not much room for air on there, so it is just short of a 1 quart on that one. Just all right, put our funnel in there. And make sure we got transmission fluid. But I try to get it real close and then check it. Put that in there. So yeah, it's still way down, just barely on the bottom of the dipstick there. I don't know if I can get it to focus for you or not. There it goes. So yeah, just barely. So we gotta add some more, but at least we can start to see it. Now, that should be better. And you don't want it to be under that A, so you can, yeah, right there, right, we're dead center in the middle. I don't know if I can get you to see that, but yeah, right there, right in between the full and the add, so that's actually really good. And then now we just need to torque this one down. Have my ratchet and torque wrencher over there. All right, now we're ready to start it up and let it warm up a little bit, and then see if we need to add a little bit more oil. So after we've run the bike for a little bit, let's go ahead and check the oil again. We'll have to wipe the dipstick and then re-put it in there, reinsert it, and then check it. Thanks for watching, guys, and we will see you guys next time.